Hi guys, it's Amy from Little Farm Quilts. It is Sunday. I don't even know what day of the week it is, and I'm using my phone to record. So let me see if I can find out. It's Sunday. It is September 18th, and I'm here to film a Flosstube. There's nothing else today, just cross stitch. I've had an pretty steady uptick in new subscribers lately. So for those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. I hope you see something that you like. For those of you that have supported me for a while now and keep returning, thanks for being part of my crazy. I've gotten into kind of my own little routine with my stitching. As you guys know from last week, went into AB Singo for a little bit. I've gone back to my other routine of stitching that I was in. That seems to work for me. It just means that I only have probably 4 projects to show you every week at maximum. And this project, I'm showing you for 1, 2, 3, 4 this week, but I think one I might have shown you last week, and I don't really know if I've worked on it since then, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. It's all going to be about cross stitch today. I'm sorry, I'm really disheveled today. I feel like I say that every week. I just got home. It is, what time are we at? It is 6:30 in the evening on Sunday, and we just got home. We were working what's called the Purple Painted, you can kind of see it on my shirt, Lady Festival for the weekend. It's a friend of ours that throws a curated arts festival on her property. Our daughter has worked with her for a number of years, and we help her with the festival every year. And I'm really tired. Really tired. I'm feeling my age today. But I did want to get a Flosstube up because my Flosstube went 2 weeks over Labor Day, and I'm really wanting to get into the rhythm of having it up every week. Hopefully on Saturdays, sorry, just straightening my phone a little bit. Hopefully on Saturdays, this week it's Sunday. As exhausted as I am tonight, I think last night was worse. So once I sat down, I didn't want to get up. So I'm going to show you what I stitched on this week. I have 4 projects to show you. I'm going to talk about my plans. I have a teeny bit of haul, and I have a plan for my granddaughter that I'm going to share with you. So let's start. Let's start with my 25/7 piece. So for those of you that are new, and those of you that have been around know what this piece is. Sorry, I'm really dehydrated right now. It was 80 plus degrees for both days for the festival, which is great for the festival, but man, it is hard to work in that heat for 2 days. Lost No More, Dimensions Gold Kit. In case you missed the story, I started this way back in the 90s. I remember buying this at a craft store with my husband back in the 90s. I'm sure he still thinks I'm never going to have this done. It went in a box for, I don't know, 20 years while I was raising kids. I don't think I cross-stitched an iota when I was raising kids. I sewed an awful lot of Halloween costumes and things like that. But here you go. I'm using the kit fabric and the kit floss. And lately I've taken to stitching this in hand. It is my 25/7 piece that I am doing every morning. My goal this week was to make it around the bottom, as you're looking at the piece, the bottom right hand corner. And I did that. So you can see this is where we are. And now I'm going to fold it down to show you where I was working. And I worked in this area, these browns and blacks, all the way down. And let's fold this up nicely, shall we? Let's look at this. All the way down, I work these browns and blacks. See, on the camera, you see all that definition. One note here, when you're working at pieces close up and you're feeling frustrated with the piece and how it's looking, you really need to put the piece farther away from you and look at it, because when you're working close up, you're not seeing the big picture of the piece. And I hear people all the time saying they're frustrated with how their stitches look. Nobody's going to say anything about your stitches when it's hanging on a wall. Is anybody going to zoom in on this and find all my mistakes in this? No. So I see stitchers get frustrated all the time. And I think I was one of them for a long time. But this piece, every time I show it to you, I look in the camera and I can see all the definition here. Not so much down here, but you see this? All that color changes and the definition and the movement. So that's where I'm at. I still really, really want to complete this year. So we're going to see, we're going to get to the 1st of November with the 25/7 and see how far we get. I may have to switch to a more concentrated effort and try to get it done this year. It is my oldest WIP. I would love to get it done. Yeah. If you've been here, you know I want to get it done. The second thing I worked on, which I have not stitched on yet today, after I film this and start uploading it, I will start stitching for the evening, I believe, after a shower. Would be great. Is my hashtag Woods Sunday sale that I'm doing with Gail from Gail's Golden Needle. We are currently working on the raccoon. I'm stitching this on 36 count spring, dyed for this series by Picture This Plus. Sorry, I have a needle here. Let's place this. And like I said, I haven't stitched on it yet today, but I did get quite a bit done on it last Sunday. So let me fold this up. Here we go. I had everything organized this morning before I went to work the festival. So I got in a good place. So here it is. So I have a little fill-in on the body left, the tail. I started working on the flowers. I don't know what I'll get done tonight, and honestly, I don't know what I'll work on. Probably because I'm tired, I will work on, words are hard, right? I will work on the fill-in here. But who knows? Once I get something to eat and a shower and I sit down, who knows? I may go to something completely different. But there he is. He's cute. Okay, so that's the raccoon. The third piece I'm going to show you, I told you guys I was going to stitch on Halloween Quaker by, I think it's Lila's Studio. I think I used to pronounce it Lila Studio. Love this piece. I did not get as much done on here as I would like to have gotten done. It was a hard week at work this week too. Things should start settling down there in the next couple of days or next couple of weeks. I am stitching this on 28 count Anubis from Under the Sea Fabrics. And this is where I am on this piece now. I'm going to show you the whole thing and then I will fold it up and show you where I worked on. So mainly what I did, so I finished this motif right here. I put this motif in, did the candle, did this motif, started this motif, and worked. I did a little bit of the ghost here and worked in here. I had an outline before and I had a partial skeleton here and I started working in there. I have an idea this week that this will continue to be in the rotation, and we'll see. I'd like to continue to work on autumn pieces, and so there's this one. There is Lindy Stitch's Emily House, which I consider kind of an autumnal piece. And I have Autumn Town by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I don't really know what I'll work on this week, so I'm going to kind of leave that up to for grabs. And who knows, those of you that have been around for a while know that I may choose to work on something totally different. So we'll see how I feel. I am going to start the week off with some full coverage because Monday's the day I don't go into work until noon. I teach a night class from 4 to 8:30, so I go into work at about noon. And I like stitching on full coverage in the morning and just kind of relaxing. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Gonna take another drink. This is gonna be a quick one. We are 10 minutes in, and I can't say that I have a ton left to talk about. Okay, the last one I'm going to show you, and like I said, I am my full coverage. A couple of my full coverages are, I had them in Royal Rose. I have decided that I don't like Royal Rose when the piece is confetti heavy, which these two are now. And I'm working on one until I get all the threads worked in, and then I will work on the other one. The two pieces that I'm talking about are the two Amy Stewart pieces that I have going. One is Grand Library, which I have not worked on since last time I saw you. So I will not be showing you that. And then the second one is Stitching Shelf. Let me see if I can get it up for you. Like I said, this artwork is by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Design. It is a big Mama Jama, and there it is. I am stitching this on 28 count, 2 over 1/10 stitch. And as I said, let me get something to put behind this. I started this in Royal Rose, and I have worked hard to get one whole section of threads worked in here. Let me see if I can hold this right there. And I have a section here, and I have a section over here. And I would like to get all these threads worked in. I cannot do Royal Rose with this confetti heavy. It drives me crazy. So let's see if we can pull these threads aside. You can actually see some of the definition of the flowers. I'm really loving this. I love both these pieces. I love the full coverages. So typically what I've worked on is I have my 25/7 piece, which is Lost No More. I have my Sunday piece, which is A Year in the Woods, whatever one I'm working on. And then what I have been doing, and what has been working out really well for me recently, is splitting the week, having a full coverage, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and picking another piece for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or some kind of combination thereof. 3 days on each one. So that means evenings or daytime. So Monday night, when I come home at 9 o'clock at night, I'm not stitching generally. Tuesday nights, we have family night, and I don't get a ton of stitching done on Tuesday evenings. But then Wednesday, I have a stitching Zoom group. I get tons of stitching done on there. Thursday evenings are possible for tons of stitching. Friday evenings, I'm usually too tired. We don't do a whole lot. And then the weekends are pretty good too. So I generally get a lot of stitching time. And I posted on, I believe it was on Instagram. I actually sat down and worked. So I have worked on that since last time you saw it, the stitching shelf. Because I sat down one evening and I just kind of stitched regular, just working in the threads. And I stitched at about 254 stitches per hour. That's 10 stitch, mind you. But still, I think that's a pretty good rate. So yeah, I'm liking that a lot. I feel like I can get some things done. And I think I'm just going to keep that rotation. I do have kind of an unspoken goal of touching all of my whips before the end of the year. So, and a lot of them I've already touched this year. Like I'm looking at some of them now in the basket that I have set up on scroll rods, and I've already touched them this year. So I need to go through my whip cubbies over here in my 9-hole and determine what I haven't touched yet this year and see if I can get them either touched, done, or out, or however that goes. Oh, that being said, I talked about plans. I have a little bit of haul. I got my fabric of the month from Grace Notes Fabrics. I get 36 count linen, and I get a fat quarter, and this one's called Ascent. I don't know if this is going to show up well. It actually looks more yellow there than it is. It's actually orange. Maybe that's better. It's actually orange. Oh, that's good right there. It's called Ascent. It's 36 count linen. See how it comes closer? It gets yellow. It's actually orange. It looks like a creamsicle orange to me. And I looked at it at first. The part of the reason I picked this fabric of the month is because it's color and neutral mixed. And I knew that if I picked this fabric of the month club, it would push me outside of my comfort zone as far as colors and fabrics. And I was thinking, what on earth am I going to stitch on this fabric? And then I'm got thinking, well, duh, some Halloween. So I have patterns that are monochromatic that are Halloween, and that would work good on those. So I'm going to use it for that, assuming that I'm going to start something. I couldn't help myself. I ordered another project bag from Tiffany at Black Cat X Stitchery. It is the Ruth Bader Ginsburg bag. And it's got the little black cat charm. I love her bags. I really do. And there's the back. And I can tell you what I'm going to do with this bag. I want to see if my granddaughter, she's 10, her name is Zoe, will stitch with me. So I think it would be great grandma, granddaughter time. I'm sorry, my hair is a mess today. And she picked out a pattern. She picked out a frosted pumpkin stitchery pattern. It is lemon, what's it called? Easy Peasy Lemon Squeezy. So it's called Easy Peasy. It's got relatively few colors. It's got relatively black stitching. She wants to try it on black. I have 14 count chalkboard Ada. So we'll see. She wants to try to stitch on black. And I thought I would kit it up in this Ruth Bader Ginsburg bag for her. And then she can work on this when she's with grandma. I think that would be great. Now, in my head, I envision her wanting to work on this. And she says she wants to work on this. But I will tell you that she has the attention span of a gnat. And I'm not sure. She's very high energy and doesn't stand much for very long. So we'll see how it goes. But it is something that she'll work on only when she's with me. And I will keep it with me. And if she is interested in it or not interested in it, we'll judge that along the way. And maybe it's something that maybe I finish instead of her finishing. So there's a quick update for this week. I'm hoping for lots of stitching time. I'm back in the swing with taking classes. I had to finish a paper before I worked the festival this weekend to relieve some stress, so I wasn't thinking about that. I feel like I have a rhythm with everything going now, with the starting back up on the teaching schedule and the starting back up in my taking classes schedule. And I seem to be getting more done. So I'm hopeful that I continue getting stitchy progress. And I'm hoping tonight when I sit down to stitch on the raccoon for Year in the Woods that my eyes are not too tired and I get to stitch. So I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. I hope you enjoyed this Flosstube. Thank you for my new subscribers. If you heard about me from a shout out from somebody else, please let me know. I am absolutely loving the comments and interacting with everybody. And I'm glad that people are enjoying my stitching. So take care of each other and I'll see you guys next week.